Hey everybody, it's your pal Drew Geraci, longtime comic book industry veteran and lifelong fanboy. And I'm still a fanboy, don't tell anybody. Untold Legend of Batman. I picked this up because it was John Byrne did the interiors, and to my knowledge, it was the first time he did interiors or anything for DC. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments below. Cover's great. Love the angle. I don't know who did this though, but it's because it doesn't have a signature. It just has, I guess a printer's number. And so much is great. I love that they're yellow. It makes this pop. I love those legs. Joker's a skinny malink, as they used to call skinny guys and gals. DC. I love that bookmark. That's so funny. Beautiful establishing shot by Byrne. Inked incredibly by Aparo. I wonder if Bruce Wayne had like a whole gaggle of people who set this all up. I can't see Bruce Wayne doing that. I mean, maybe a bunch of people he saved their lives or saved their careers and such. Maybe they were sworn to secrecy and did all that stuff. So, I don't know. I think too hard about this crap. This is 1980. What's interesting about this is Byrne only does the first issue, and I'm pretty certain he wanted to do that because maybe he was challenging Marvel, saying, "Hey, unless I get a nice fat contract, I'm going to go DC." That's just my theory. It's a costume outfit, or what's left of it. The costume worn by the first Batman, my father. Len Wein, writer, John Byrne, and Jim Aparo. What an uncommon combination, but it works. Gladys Wein, who is Len's wife, she's a great colorist. John Costanza, top letterer, and he also draws cartoony stuff. He did an issue of Captain Carrot and the Amazing Zoo Crew. It was beautiful. Paul Levitt's editor. He was kind of like the heart and soul of DC Comics for a long time. So goes to his display case, and the costume's gone. I mean, this is only the beginning, Batman. Before I'm done, I will destroy you. So strap yourselves in. Okay. If it were not for this outfit, there would never have been a Batman. I can still see it. My father's wearing it. The night of the charity costume party. I wish I could have a suit like that, Daddy. I'll save it for you, Bruce, to wear when you're grown up. The theme of the ball was the flying creatures, and Dad's costume took first place, just seconds before three men took Dad. We ain't figured there'd be a doctor in this fancy crowd. Better come with us, Doc, before somebody gets hiked. I seem I have no choice. The punks brought Dad to an old warehouse where the boss sat, waiting. You're Lou Moxon. I always want to say moron, because the way it's spelled. The bank robber, the police are after. So, hold on, I gotta pause for a second. My doggies are so good at listening, I had to tell them to hush up. So, the punks brought Dad to an old warehouse where the boss sat waiting. You're Lou Moxon, the bank robber the police are after. Yeah, one of them winged me, and I want you to remove the slug. Slug is in bullet, not slug is in the little slimy critter. Dad knew that once he extracted the bullet, Moxon would never let him live, so only one way to save himself, and he took it. So he's like, ma'am, you're willing to testify, Dr. Wayne? Lieutenant, it will be my pleasure. And he gets 10 years in prison. I'll get you. Then, Lou Moxon free. It sounds like something like, our new cheese croissant is now Moxon free. Yeah, I served my time, Wayne, but I still owe you. I'm too smart to touch myself. The cops would nail me in a second. So I'll just get someone else to do it for me. And sure enough, the old familiar story where this Joe Chill guy kills the parents in the alleyway. You have the police show up with Leslie Tompkins, who is she's, I don't know if she's a therapist or something, or nurse, but she's good with kids after a situation like that. You have the funeral. Later, my Uncle Philip, who'd been appointed my guardian, introduced me to his housekeeper. I have to travel quite a bit, Bruce, so I'm putting you in the care of Mrs. Chilton, not to be confused with Alex Chilton of the old band Big Star from 1970. I've grown sons of my own, Bruce. It'll be nice having a boy around again. I hope so, ma'am. Mrs. Chilton saved my sanity, Alfred. She cared for me, comforted me, taught me honesty, integrity. In so many ways, she was like a second mother to me. And Alfred thinks, but regrettably, she was also the mother of the murderer, Joe Chill, though Master Bruce must never know that. In her own fashion, that dear woman more than made amends for her son's heinous crime. No, he didn't. No, she didn't. No. Her son was a murderer. And, there was a good chance he wasn't raised that well either. It's like, how do you... It just doesn't... It's so convenient, I guess it is. And maybe because of this book, it's peppered with new information to make it seem extra mysterious because, it's a lot of untold stories and such. So, good old Bruce swears he's going to take out criminals. I swear it. Police Detective Harvey Harris nabs Skyway robber. Brilliant sleuthing. I've never seen sleuthing on a newspaper headline, but that's okay. He decides to dress up as Robin before there was a Robin. This costume's a bit fanciful, but I'll do the job. The next step is to catch Mr. Harris alone after he leaves headquarters. So this guy's about to try to take him out. And this big old gimmicky advertising bell lands on the guy. And it's funny. Wait a second, I can see what it says. It's like he didn't just stop him. He would have smushed him to death. So he decides to take young Bruce under his wing, teaching him a lot about detectivery. Detectivery? What's the word for that? I don't know. Sleuthing. Beautiful montage. Very Byrne. And more. He goes to college. Studies everything. What a shitty ad that is. And the second Superman Spider-Man crossover was pretty shitty. The first one was the best. The second one was kind of perfunctory. It was very much by the numbers. The numbers. The black hole. I loved it when it came out, but it doesn't hold up as well. It's kind of light. It's like Star Wars light. And the old, a bat. It's an omen. I shall become a bat. It's like, did a Robin fly in earlier and made him become Robin? That last panel there is total Byrne. And what's really cool is that looks like an Aparo Joker. I mean, him inking Byrne really works out nicely. More complications. Let me see. There's a whole new kind of racket, Batman, smuggling hot crooks across state lines. A new owner of the trucking company is a guy named Joe Chill. Here's a recent photo of him. The man who killed my parents. So he shows up, and I know because I am the son of the people you murdered, Chill. I know because I am Bruce Wayne. Nope. No. A little yip for my pup. Chill ran away then, and I let him. He was scared now, and at this time I would be waiting when he made a mistake. But it's like, why would you take your mask off? I mean, usually that happens right before a villain Usually the answer is they run and they fall into an abyss or they're never shown again. But in desperation, Chill ran straight to the repair garage of his trucking line. Fellas, please, I need your help. Years ago, I knocked off a guy, but now his son's after me, and his son is the Batman. You killed the Batman's father? You're kidding. It's true, I swear. Batman just told me who he really is. He said he became the Batman because I killed his folks. You mean you're the reason the Batman, the guy who sent me up the river? You're responsible for the man who broke up my numbers racket? You inspired the manhunter who put me in the pen? And almost as one, the hate-crazed thugs meted out their own, which way is it? Their own perverse sense of justice. It's all because of you, blam, blam, blam. And we must have gone trigger happy. Do you realize what we did? We plugged him before he could tell us Batman's real name. And he wraps up everything. You still with us, Chill? Yeah, but not for long. Funny, ain't it? Because I started you off as a Batman, the boys plugged me. Guess in the long run, you got me after all. No, it was Bruce Wayne. I thought I put it into the Wayne murder case, Alfred. I put it away in a file and marked it closed, but I was wrong. Indeed you were, sir. Puppies! You just took the drama out of my readings, puppies. I like this ad. I don't even remember seeing it before. And first I thought they were Marvel's value stamps that you cut out, but it's just a design. You'll put your stamp of approval on DC's added attractions. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. These DC stars can't be licked, but you're bound to be stuck on them. Kind of corny, but fun. When I brought Moxon to police headquarters, Lou Moxon, I'm charging you with the murder of Dr. Thomas Wayne. Huh? I never even heard of Dr. Thomas Wayne, and I'm willing to take a lie detector to prove it. Here's the thing, though. It strongly suggested that Moxon was going to die. And I know with the comics code they couldn't show a bunch of bloody stuff. They could show a pool of blood, I think. But, here he's right. He's right as rain. And it makes no sense. It's just so absurd. And he's wearing a pink suit and then a green suit. But, oh well, not a big deal. Honest mistake. See for yourself, Batman, the needle didn't jump once. Nobody can beat this machine, so he must be telling the truth. But it is impossible. Can't be. So, Moxon was in a car accident right after Dr. Wayne was murdered, and he had sustained a head injury. One day he wandered away from the hospital and simply faded out of the picture until now. Then the head injury must have given Moxon amnesia. He honestly doesn't remember Thomas Wayne. Your costume really shredded, Batman, but you didn't bring a spare. How about wearing your father's costume? Why not? It certainly would be appropriate. It would be almost as if Dad were arresting Moxon. I keep wanting to say moron because that's what it looks like. Okay, la la la. And he shows up. I love the shadows there, and the original costume is a tribute to the very first issue of Detective Comics where Batman's cape went out like wings. And didn't have the emblem on him, though. That costume was seen before long ago. Some doctor. Yeah, Wayne, he wore that outfit, but he's dead. Leave me alone. He wants to leave, and he says, go away. You're dead. I paid Joe Chill to kill you. So I was like, hey, I'm just going to incriminate myself. So he runs out the street and blammo, and I want him to take him alive to stand trial for his crimes, but his own guilt convinced him in a far higher court. I love that. That's so neat. Well, okay. And he goes on the hunt. Now. I think this is the sole reason why Crisis on Infinite Earths was created. I think they dropped all this stuff. It was to have. Let's review. His father dressing up as a Batman, a precursor to Batman, is just a little odd. It's odd, and it's kind of unnecessary, really. If anything, it takes away the distinction, because he finds a bat coming in through the window, which inspires him to be Batman, and it's also in this story. So why didn't he become a Batman before that? And when somebody stole the costume in the display case, I guess they had access to the Batcave. Although I didn't pick up the next two issues because this was just kind of weird for me. So he's at a costume ball. So this, what do they call those? This proto-Batman that is Dr. Thomas Wayne is out in public. And he's talking to a young lieutenant named James W. Gordon, and he's going to testify. And this whole thing with the woman who helped raise Bruce also raised Joe Chill, and Alfred's like, she made amends. She only raised the killer of his parents. So that was such a weird thing. And then dressing up as Robin initially, a lot of this stuff is just so new, but it really strays. It kind of invalidates a lot of things. Whoop. Hang on, everybody. Then there's the bat. It's an omen. I shall become a bat, like my father was. So it just takes all the drama out of the bat flying in the window. It seems very redundant. Let's see if there's anything else. When he revealed himself to this moxon guy, and that was never shown before. This moxon guy, I'm not even sure he existed before this miniseries. Does anybody know? Leave a comment below. I'd appreciate it. When I'm doing my episodes, I rarely look at Wikipedia because I like this channel to be an interactive, show where I can have the gaps filled in by people who are watching this. So, and what's weird is, you could swear he was dead, but he's apparently pretty perky. That's what I get for not having fingernails, because I bite my nails. It's a terrible habit. So anyway, that's my 2 cents. Let me know what you think. I don't know if I said this already, but I think Byrne did this one gig, maybe his first job for DC, but I think it was just a power move so Marvel would lock him in on a contract. And he had a very healthy contract, and he was very prolific too, so that was part of it. So, tell me your thoughts, everybody. And if you know who did this cover, let me know, because it's perfect. It's so great, the body language and all that stuff. Take care. Bye. Oh. I forgot to tell you. I do commissions. This is a Batman commission that I penciled and inked. And here's an Iron Man commission I penciled and inked. And that was fun doing all that stuff. And here is a photocopy of the late, great Dick Giordano. I was asked to ink, but I inked over Lightbox to keep the original as is. So I kind of got the head straight a little bit. I'm really pretty proud of that. And I do cover recreations. They have to be 11 by 17 though. If I do a real small actual size, it just doesn't work. But Yeah, I did this a couple years ago. I love the Abomination. Such a great character. And the origin of Deadman. Turn me on, Deadman. Turn me on. Now this cover recreation, I changed a bit. I made the Cosmic Cube the light source. There was a lot of ambient color in the original, so I'm even on Captain America, shield and all the lights this way, and man, it was fun. But these are 11 by 17. You can contact me at drewgeracycomics@gmail.com, and we can talk prices. And I do a little of everything. I can imitate pretty much any style. So anyway, talk to you later for sure this time.